Now we're going to talk about laser safety. This is the most important part of the orientation. Starting with eye safety. Lasers are categorized into different classes based on how dangerous they are. The laser we're using falls into class 4, which is the highest category, meaning direct exposure can cause serious eye damage. The important thing to know is that this machine is enclosed and it won't run unless the lid is closed, so under normal use, it's designed to be very safe. The main risk would come from bypassing safety features or introducing reflective materials into the machine. So the takeaway here is keep the lid closed while running, don't interfere with the safety systems, and only use approved materials. Some materials release toxic gases when they're cut. The biggest one to be aware of is PVC. If you cut PVC, it'll release chlorine gas, which is dangerous to your health and can also damage the machine. The tricky part is that PVC isn't always obvious. It can show up as coatings or materials like vinyl or faux leather. There's also other materials like certain types of leather or painted surfaces that can release hexavalent chromium, which is also a harmful substance. So the rule here is to only cut approved materials. Material supplies by MakeSpace are approved, and you should never be cutting material that you bring in yourself unless it's been expressly approved by staff. The vent system helps with normal use, but it's not designed to handle unsafe materials. In terms of particulates, always run the vent fan when using the laser. The laser will produce smoke, fumes, and particles because it's burning material. The ventilation removes these. You got to make sure it's on though. Even when you're using approved materials, the laser can still produce fumes. They're usually in low concentrations, but they can still be irritating over time. So always run the vent fan when the laser's in use. It's designed to handle normal materials, only works if it's on. Something seems minor, if you're just doing a quick cut, the fan should still be running. It's about long-term exposure as much as immediate safety. Okay, let's talk about physical safety. The laser's enclosed, so under normal use, you're protected from the beam. There's still a few things to watch out for. Materials can be hot right away after cutting, so give a moment to cool down before touching them. Don't put your hands inside the machine while it's running. This is only possible if you're using the riser base. Be aware that there's moving parts even when the lid's open. The gantry can move quickly. This is the part of the machine where the laser beam comes out, and it will move when the lid is open while you're setting up your work. So keep your hands clear when the machine is on. Be careful when you're handling freshly cut material, and be aware that parts will move. So your takeaways: never leave the laser unattended while it's running. You should be nearby and checking on it regularly. Even a normal job can flare up or shift unexpectedly. Only use approved materials, always run the fan, keep your fingers out of the machine. If something seems like it's going wrong, act right away. If there's excessive smoke, pause the machine, keep the lid closed, let it vent out. If you see an actual flame, pause the machine. We have emergency water nearby the laser. You can spray that on the fire source and then close the lid once the flame is out to let the smoke vent out again. There's also a fire extinguisher located by the exit door. And then if there's some weird noises happening, there is an emergency stop on the right side of the laser. In all of those cases, after you take those steps, seek a shop steward, tell them what's going on. But the bottom line is approved materials only, ventilation on, stay with the machine, and stop it if something seems wrong.